Alright, so I want to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 really quick. If you have played the first game, you played the second game, you love those, you played dozens of hours, and you just can't wait for the third one, stop this video right now, go pick it up and play it. It is a 100% buy for mega fans of Xenoblade Chronicles. Easy. Make sure you don't look up any reviews. Go in as spoiler free as you can, as fresh as you can, and play that game. Now, if you have played those games, or maybe you are new to this series and you want to learn more, stick around because I will be telling you guys a little bit about the story, spoiler free, some gameplay, and just like really good things I like about the game, because I have nothing but good things to say about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please like and subscribe. If you want to see the gameplay, I'm uploading my full playthrough. I'm going to do a full playthrough on my Let's Play channel, and I'm going to be streaming it on Twitch, link down below. So let's begin. This game, first of all, when it got announced, it was pretty much out of nowhere. Everyone was very excited, especially those JRPG fans, and me especially too, because I love the first one. I played a lot of the second one. Unfortunately, I didn't finish the second one, and I even played that one that was on the Wii U. I forgot what the heck that one's called, but that was pretty cool. This game got delayed, and then it got pushed back up, and it runs really well. I have to say that performance-wise, I'm very impressed that the game has has the same sort of open world areas like you would see in the first game and the second game. And if you want even more examples, think of like Breath of the Wild, that gigantic draw distance but very minimalistic environment. So they have a nice balance of things that are really important on the screen that you do need to see. Enemies, resources, all that stuff. You can see it from really far away. However, the environments are just low enough, and the texture, unfortunately, it's on the Switch. This game really deserves a gigantic high definition version, because right now it's very fuzzy. It is very fuzzy, but they have to run it that low so it runs well on the Switch. But I do have to say, it's very consistent. I was very happy with my time playing the game so far. Okay, so what is this game about? First of all, do you have to know anything about Xenoblade 1 or 2 to play this game? No, you don't have to. Pretty much it's its own kind of story. Yeah, it's in the same universe, so you will see nods here and there to the different types of characters that might be in there, the different species, maybe some animals and enemies that do pop up. But for the most part, at least for the first dozen or so hours of the game, it's its own unique story, and I'm going to give you a little bit of the first couple of hours of story. Remember, there's heavy spoilers later on, so be careful. I will try not to say anything of that, but you play as a guy named Noah. You are from a colony called Nine, and you are in this war against the Agnes. You are traveling around with your colony, the colony 9, 8, 7, etc. However, you and all of your other friends are soldiers of different ranks, of different classes, of different calibers, but you were grown in a tube from the queen, and you have 10 years to live. I'm assuming they grow up really fast, but you have 10 years to live before you essentially have to go bye-bye, die, and you get the homecoming. Why is this the case? Are you really born from a tube? Why are you at war? Who are these people? Who's the real bad guy, etc.? So that is the setup of the story. You actually have some sort of cool new powers and things, but without that being said, what makes this game really good? It's just a JRPG fan dream. Same thing from like the latest Dragon Quest and stuff like that. It's just a really solid entry in the series. Now, even if you are a newcomer to the game, they do a very good job slowly, very slowly easing you into all of the different mechanics here, because there is quite a bit. It's not gonna blow your mind in terms of, wow, this is the first JRPG to do this sort of mechanic. It has that sort of ATB bar where you have to wait and then attack, wait and then attack, but there's a lot of stuff happening on the screen, a lot of different choices to make, a ton of strategy, and they slowly roll it out to you. You start with just one class basic with you and 2 other characters, and then after a while they introduce, oh, you can do these types of moves, you can cancel combo, you can tell people to do these types of moves, and then later on, oh, we're going to unlock class switching, we're going to unlock you being able to switch people on the fly. You can now customize your character with different arts, with different accessories, and these are all slowly built up. So even, you know, a dozen hours, 24 hours, I know they're going to keep adding little bits of tutorials, and some of it might seem handholdy, especially for those of you who have played the other games in the past, but it's necessary for those who are really new to the series, because this one, I feel like it's going to have a wider appeal. It definitely is. Now, for the most part, you are going to be playing with around 6 characters at a time. Not like the other games where, you know, 1 to 2, and maybe you're switching out a bunch. Right now, it's just you and a bunch of other people, you know, not telling anything spoiler-wise of what's going on, just you and a bunch of other people all at the same time. And you're going to be switching out classes, doing combos, blah, 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 blah. This game's music is, oh my god, really, really, really good. I would have to say a lot of the tracks I've heard can be on par to the Persona series in terms of the intensity, the emotion it invokes with you. And there's the cool battle theme, but then there's also a lot of other themes that just pop up when fighting, you know, uncommon monsters, elite monsters, the rare ones. It's really, really nice, and the boss ones are really good too. I do have to praise the graphics during cutscenes. Now, all of the cutscenes kind of seem in-game rendered. When you are in control of a character, you're in a giant open environment. As I did mention before, it kind of feels really low res, a little fuzzy, and that's to be expected if you want it to run really well. Once again, I hope in the future they can remake it and make it 100% the vision that they wanted, right? But right now, during the cutscenes, it is very well done. Good voice acting. It's the same kind of voices from 1 and 2. You have that sort of Australian, British, Scottish type of voices. You can switch over to Japanese if you want. So there is the option for that. If you guys, I really don't mind the Scottish theme. It's kind of nice. They have all these little, you know, there's little quips and sayings. It's pretty charming. But what was I saying? The cutscenes. Okay, they're really well choreographed, they're well done, well paced. The music, a lot of the big open scenes can last from anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes, but you are invested the whole time. These characters, like, going into this, you slowly learn all their backstories. You are really growing to learn these guys. Maybe someone you hated at the beginning, a couple hours in, you're like, okay, that's just their quirk, you know, their defenses are up, you know, stuff like that. But a lot of it is well done. There are a couple of moments in the story where I was like, okay, it doesn't really make sense why they would act this way. Maybe they're not thinking too rationally, and you can always chalk it down to these are just kids and they're making some weird choices. But it's like, it doesn't make 100% sense. But then it works to move the story along, to move the gameplay along, to make sure these characters are in the right places at the right time for them to do these sorts of, you know, gameplay stuff. But it's very well done. They did a great job with the overall atmosphere, the good feel of the music, everything, the whole package together on this little Switch console. And, you know, this game deserves to maybe something on the PlayStation 5. I really would love it on there, but I am very impressed what they did here. This is probably one of the very, very top best JRPGs on the Switch. I am not kidding, it's that good. What else can I talk about? We talked about the gameplay. Well, if you play the 1 and 2, it's kind of the same thing. ATB bars, comboing with other characters, debuffing, whatever. Tons of monsters, good open world. You are somewhat free to go around, run around and pick up resources, fight enemies, and there's a ton of enemies. And in this one, there's lots of cool ones to hunt down. And if you do hunt down a unique one, you can fight them again to get a better time. However, you get like lesser rewards, but it's cool that you get to do that. So yeah, it has that same good open world feel of the other one. I do like the story progression. It's simple at the beginning. Well, it's complicated, it gets simple, and then it gets really more complicated. But all of these points makes you want to learn more about the characters. It's overall good. Like, without spoiling anything, I have to say this is a well-made game. 100% buy if you love the first 2, and if you are a JRPG fan and you just want to dive right into 3, you are going to have no problem here. It is a very, very good experience. So just warning, it's kind of slow at the beginning in terms of gameplay wise. You are going to be funneled a little bit in terms of what you are able to do, but that is just the tutorial. It's going to open up and you're going to have choices up the wazoo. You'll be able to switch classes out, accessories, customize with gems, lots of side quests, lots of things to do, or you can just run past and do all of the story stuff yourself. There's easy, normal, and hard, but from what I can tell, it's primarily just number inflation. So I don't recommend you playing on a hard mode unless you really want battles to last. You know, instead of 2 minutes, I tried hard mode out a couple times on some battles. It went from like a 3-minute fight to like a 10-minute fight. Like, it's just not worth it. If you want to be hardcore, then go ahead. Because it's on Switch, there really isn't any sort of achievement list. So, you know, unfortunate. But, you know, there's a nice menu where you can track all of your quests. They did mainstream a lot of things. You know, not only do you have fast travel, but you have collectopedia cards. It's really nice. So, this is a good game. And I am just a dozen or so hours in. I cannot wait to play more. Okay, so estimating to where I am right now to how much of the gameplay I think there's going to be, I feel like the way I'm playing, I'm probably going to end up being like 100 hours plus in the game. But that's because I am the type of person who will go do every single side quest. I want to uncover all the map to find all the secrets, all the treasure chests, all the deliveries, all the unique monsters, and I want to master all the classes and masteries. It's really, really nice. If you like the first two, easy bite. It's a really, really easy bite. So, like I said, I wanted to be somewhat vague because I don't want to spoil anything, but I wanted you to know that this is just one of those games that it's gonna sell well, it's gonna play well, it's gonna review well, and this one's gonna be remembered as probably one of the best JRPGs on Switch, I think, for sure. So, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already subbed for daily videos, if you guys want to see the gameplay I'm doing, head on over to my Let's Play YouTube channel. It's called MabiVsGames VOD. And come by Twitch. I'm going to be streaming as much of it as I can there. All links down below. Would love to see you guys there. If you have questions that you want some specifics of, put them down below and I'll be happy to answer it. Just be careful, guys. If they ask anything spoilerish, I might, I will answer them. So watch out for the comments. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.